From the nosebleeds to the studio, I'm your host, LJ, and we're back. And I am back with a very special guest. Uh, some call him LA, others call him La. He's formerly known as LXD. My best friend, my guy. Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's popping, bro? How you been? Welcome in.
Yeah, facts, bro. I'm glad to be back.
Oh
The
no.
finals been spicy, so
Oh yes, which hence the title of today's episode. Spicy nuggets. There we go. I had to kind of bring that in there. Yes, I'm sorry, a little cheesy. Those who know me knows how perfect this title is just for today's episode. It's kind of wonderful, but kind of want to let you guys in on kind of what's been going on lately. It's been quite a while since I've recorded. Last checked, it was November 2021, so I apologize for that. But I haven't been not doing anything. I have been working, as most of us know here. So kind of want to just shout out these boys right here. I got on my hat, Orlando Magic HQ. They've given me a great opportunity to been able to cover some games this past season. Covered about 10 or 12 games or so, I think it was. And I kind of, I did post some towards the end of the season on my Instagram and Facebook. Those I did get a chance to look, and it was a really dope experience. Get to ask coach and the players some questions, and taken seriously to a degree. So this season is kind of putting a bigger stamp on our name, HQ. Get in there. So again, shout out to y'all, and again, the season just about growth with that and with this podcast as well. So again, thank you guys for those who tuned in before and those who are tuning in now. Shout out to y'all because this is really, really thanks to y'all that I'm doing this. So appreciate it. Now, as we kind of mentioned, this has been an interesting finals, NBA Finals 2023. Now, those of you who know me, obviously Magic fan above all else, but more importantly for today's episode, the number one Heat hater you're probably ever gonna meet. All right, number one, ask this guy right here. You know, and it kind of has to do with kind of where we grew up. We grew up in Port St. Lucie. Those who know, it's kind of in the middle between Orlando and Miami. It's kind of like a middle point. So honestly, everyone kind of had their choice on who they wanted as a Florida team. Obviously, with Miami winning in the past, makes more sense. But I'm gonna be honest, no one was a Heat fan that I knew of until LeBron got there. All right, there might have been a few here and there. I can shout out a few that probably but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to show them love right now. Nah, but
yo,
nah. But it's now it kind of that's what kind of fueled my fandom for the Magic, I think, as well. Like literally me being one of the only Magic fans in the city, while everyone was a Heat fan, it was just kind of hard to not hate them. And fast forward to now, working for the Magic, doing all this stuff for the Magic. Yeah, that's just gonna be forever in my heart. So just want y'all to know that. I'll try to be as unbiased as possible, but no promises. But I do want to talk about those of you who did see the game last night. We had Wednesday night. We had Jokic and Murray both put up historic performances. It's actually first time in history that teammates have each recorded a 30-point and 10 assists in the same game, NBA Finals game. Not only that, first pair of teammates to do that with the triple double as well. And also for Jokic, he's the first player to ever record a stat line of 30 plus points, 20 plus rebounds, and 10 plus assists in a finals game. So man, everyone's kind of talking about he should have been the MVP over Embiid. I still think Embiid should have won it, but I think that's a debate for another day. But what you think of the finals so far? What you think of Game 3, especially after that Nuggets performance?
well, what I'm saying I was waiting for that to kick in, because I know they were highly upset after being disappointed in the fourth quarter of Game 2. So I knew that they were going to come with that grit, especially Murray. If Murray is hot, the Nuggets will be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And he came out the
Agreed.
gate shooting. It didn't matter if he was missing them. He was going to keep shooting. Like, that's the kind of energy he had. And as long as he's aggressive, I feel like the Nuggets are going to be fine. because Jokic is always going to be in the paint,
Mhm.
but rebounds are always going to come to him. He's always going to run his game. He's always going to be starting to break. But if Murray's aggressive, they should be fine. But you know what I'm saying? I can't. I'm liking Jimmy Butler right now. Can't lie.
Himmy Butler, as they're calling him.
Exactly. Boy is
No,
him right now.
I'm not gonna lie. Game two, I did see something that was not alarming, I would say, but I knew was an adjustment that we needed to see the Nuggets react to, and that was the Heat zone. They've
Yeah.
definitely played zone more. I think more than any team has played this season. Um, and especially it's the first time I've seen in the playoffs, especially anybody kind of want run a 1-3-1, and they were kind of doing that, which worked in essence to kind of seal up the passing lanes. Which I think that's why they won game two. If Jokic's best thing is you can't let him pass, bro. He gets 10 plus assists. I think that's a dub automatically. The way that he can win is by doing what they did game two. Like you mentioned, Jamal came out game three and made that really a non-factor at the end of the day. I feel like if he's hot, he's hitting on all cylinders. Like you said, I feel like it's gonna be a quick series, but I'm not gonna lie, this has been what I would say, although Miami's not a small market, I would say this them making the finals again, and being in the conference finals the last few years, all that good stuff. I think it just does bode well for like parity in the league, especially now, a Nuggets Heat finals. When the hell did we think we were going to get that? You know, so I think regardless of the outcome, this is great for basketball. But I'm Nuggets in six is my prediction. I think rest of the way. What you got for your boys? What kind of adjustments you think they can make to maybe make this a 7 game series or maybe even win?
Well, to be honest, Jimmy's doing good, but I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been seeing the ball in Gabe Vincent's hands a little too much. Not that that's a problem. Gabe Vincent is doing great, but I think in this time, the ball, it's either you're a star or you're not. And I think but and Jimmy is, and I think he's gonna show that. And Bam Adebayo's been huge. So as long as they can just keep up the defense, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. My boy's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? They've been here before. You know what I'm saying? And the team they played in the finals, it was a good team. It was Giannis, but they'll be good. They'll be good. And we're gonna come out on top. You know what I'm saying? Not in six though. I'm gonna have to say seven. Seven for sure.
Heat in seven. All right. So we got Nuggets in six and Heat in seven. So let me know what you guys think. You know, this is gonna be just a podcast for now. So let me know in the comments. But going forward, we are gonna be going live. So I hope to engage with you guys kind of in the comments and kind of have, maybe engage with y'all kind of as we're doing these live shows. So it's gonna be dope. Um, like I said, man, this is honestly, I was this close to not watching the finals. If it was Lakers and Heat again, I promise you, I was not going to watch a game because in 2020, those of you who know, in the bubble, it was Lakers and Heat, the two teams I hate the most. More importantly, Dwight Howard was on the Lakers in Orlando. He won a ring. Let me stop bringing it up. It's old wounds. I got over it. He's kind of he should be in the league now. So I'm in support of Dwight. I think he's been blackballed unfairly. That's a discussion for another day. Uh, but now we are going to transition from this finals talk to kind of some breaking news yesterday, kind of around the world, around the sports world. It was reported that Chris Paul was waived and then it was kind of taken back. So today it's now officially the word is there. And the Suns are in talks with Chris Paul about his plans. They said the deadline for them to waive him and him not to count on the books is June 28th, which happens to be my birthday. So that date is significant for multiple reasons. Pay attention. But it's interesting that they would, however, it got reported that he got waived. That got reported, and now they're trying to backtrack it because I would assume they would have tried to do that in the beginning, try to trade him, not just cut him, because like ultimately, supposedly they would be saving 15 million on the cap. His contract's like at 30, but if they waive him with the stretch and waive provision, whatever, they get 15 on this year, but they're still in the luxury tax, so that doesn't really like kind of help them. So I don't really know what they're thinking. But in the event he does end up getting waived, what do you think is best a possible landing spot for him?
First off, I think it's crazy that he was waived in the first place, or even being talked about being waived.
Agreed.
Chris Paul is still a premier point guard in the league. He might be one of the only true point guards in the league. You know, for real. You know, when we talk about a point guard. But if I was thinking about it, and I mean, I don't really know. There's a lot of places that he could possibly like land. You know what I'm saying? But I, I like LeBron. I'm saying we go to the Lakers. It might be fun.
No, I mean not for nothing. I that's kind of the first team I thought about too.
Yeah, right.
As much as we all hate to like, wow, why does everybody
Oh,
get the?
because didn't the news come out that Lakers will not be pursuing Anthony Davis on the, you know what I'm saying? Or did I read that? I'm sorry, I'm not paying
Yeah, no,
attention.
we gotta research that, confirm or deny. But
Yeah.
one thing I didn't notice was, again, it's like, they're, what is it? Chris Paul's the godfather of LeBron's kid or something like that. One of them. There's some kind of, they're one of them's the godfather of each other's kids. So
Oh, I see what
um,
you're saying. I didn't even know that. See.
yeah, so they're I believe some, so and the whole banana boat crew and all that. So it's kind of logical.
For real,
He's
yeah, we forgot about that.
he still lives in LA. You know, they you know, Clippers is a possibility. I don't think he'll ever go back. I don't think so, but he's in LA, so I feel like one of those two teams probably his best option. Um, I believe it was this morning I saw on what is it, J Will and Max, or J Key and Max, whatever. Um, I think it was Jay Williams talking about the Celtics might be a good spot for him, and I can definitely see that as well. Um, they need that leadership. They
Yeah.
need that veteran presence. They need someone who can freaking handle the ball, for Christ's sake. Because I love Jaylen Brown, but that man, that man was Butterfingers in these playoffs. So, and Tatum's nice too, but again, he's nice when he just needs to score, not trying to do any facilitating. So, yeah, I think for once I'll agree with you. I think the Lakers is probably the best spot, especially after D'Lo not really panning out so well to end the season.
Yeah, definitely. And then
Um,
also too, maybe possibly like maybe like the Knicks. Knicks are looking good too.
I thought about that. I was like, I'd be interested to see though with him and Brunson. Not quite
Yeah.
sure how that would work, but um, regardless, I think he has to eventually be able to accept like a bench role. Like,
Yeah.
especially if he wants to at least keep playing and be able to play in the finals when his team reaches it. Like, you got to stay healthy somehow, and literally the only way probably to do that is to
It's to play a bench role, yeah.
yeah, is to not
And
play as many minutes.
a little bit of less wear and tear throughout the season, and you know, getting banged up.
Exactly. So that's gonna kind of do it for the NBA for now. We got a couple more topics we're gonna hit, and then we're gonna round it up. We're gonna play a little song for you. Just kind of wrap it up. Um, but those of you who are, I don't even think you need to be a soccer fan. We all know who Messi is. Um, those of you who haven't heard the news, speaking of Miami, he's apparently signed with Inter Miami, which is the MLS club in Miami, owned by David Beckham.
Miami's gonna be lit this year, bro.
Crazy.
Listen, it's already lit. The
Oh yeah.
Yams is already lit, but now it's gonna be even more lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a little bit bigger than when Kaká went to Orlando, and
No, this is way being in Orlando too. Like right when that happened, this is way bigger than Kaká. Um, Or said the was a little bit after, but I seen when that happened. This is going to be way bigger than that.
Yeah.
Speaking on that alone, first of all, he
But
turned down.
but Kaká opened the door to these things
Yeah,
happening.
no. He's the reason why this is happening. I give him that.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But to the point, this man turned down. It was a $1.25 billion offer from Saudi Arabia. So for him to turn down a Billy, you knew it had to be something crazy that he was getting. So the numbers are still aren't like officially in about exactly what he's getting, but it's reported that his contract is it's reported to include compensation that has to do with revenue shares with Apple. Apple streams the games, streams the MLS games with his. It's called MLS Season Pass, so they stream that on Apple TV and all that. So he's supposedly going to get a share of that. He's also, Adidas is the kit sponsor for all, the MLS entirely, for most of soccer, for all of soccer, really. So he's apparently going to get a cut of, whatever revenue is built from his, arrival. So that's going to be a
Which
lot,
he should.
as he should. And then it was reported that and that was reported from the Athletic. That was reported from some other sources that it's possible he gets an ownership stake as well down the line, which crazy. What you think about it?
We used to wake up and watch the World Cup, and catch a couple Premier League games. But now you telling me that people could drive 2 hours, not even people could just go outside and go see the
Mm-hmm.
greatest football player to ever play the not ever, but you know what I'm saying? Of our
No, no,
salvation,
no.
LeBron.
Let's go there.
You
Why
want
the
what?
hesitation? Why the hesitation? What's it's obviously what him or Ronaldo, right? Is that where you're going? Or you hesitate?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
All right, all right. So I'll tell you right now. I've always been Messi. Then I kind of leaned towards Ronaldo because Messi couldn't win, the big
The
one.
cup, and then he finally got the cup.
After he won that one, call it what you want, but I I flipped. I got to give it to him after that. It's like
Yeah, because that was the World Cup,
he
right?
won the big one. Like
Yeah, and Ronaldo ain't
that's
got one of those.
that's gonna take it. That's gonna take it all. And Portugal made it the furthest when he wasn't playing. So it's like, uh, I don't remember. That was 2018. No, it was way before that. I think 2014, 2012, whichever, around there. But I know then he didn't make it to the semifinal, or he was hurt, or I can't remember. But yeah, so Messi to go. I got no problem saying it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I have no.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, for sure.
And to the point, bro, the ticket prices immediately shot up. The cheapest ticket from like the days the last day he's expected to go, it was about like $70. And they projected like the game he's expected to play, tickets starting at like 400. So, and that's at home and at other arenas. So I can imagine when it comes to Orlando, I know I'm gonna try my best to be at that game. Gonna have to try to pull on some of my connections.
Yeah,
Um,
that had to be a
but
whole, because
that's gonna be a whole party.
yeah, and it's funny that you say with the ticket prices go up at other arenas because it's like that had to be. That's why I like Messi for that because I feel like he did this not exactly what he turned down the money because he's not playing. Well, I don't think he's ever played for money. You get what I'm saying? He's playing for the love of football. He's coming to America to literally play his last years for the fans, just to make it accessible, for American fans, North American fans to just see him live one time. And that's like, I think that's the most beautiful
Yeah.
thing. You
And
know what I'm
and
saying? That's
like
so
I mean,
crazy.
for sure. And like I was like not skeptical, but I was like, it has to be a great deal if you turn down to Billy. But to your
Yeah, yeah,
point, regardless of that, it's like realistically, what's gonna have more of an impact? Going to play in Saudi Arabia or going to play in the United States?
yeah,
It's clear. Like Saudi Arabia is trying everything they can to just buy like, everybody,
yeah,
and commend them for that, like they're trying to like, hey, we can be cool too, they're kind of not make it seem like it all what it seems, but who knows? I don't really know anything about it. But to your point, I think he's trying to. We're going to be way more accessible to fans here in the U.S. and globally because he's here in the U.S. So
And it's gonna be
I think
fun for
that's
him.
just
It's gonna
very
be like, he hasn't been. He's used to the stardom over there. I feel like it's gonna be like a new thing for him. It's gonna
yeah,
be exciting for him as well.
the marketing here is like no other. So
Yeah.
he's gonna get it. And honestly, I think what this really does is maybe finally like improve U.S. soccer and put us on to get us on par with the rest of the world because there's no reason why. And this is kind of something that
So he
I,
got
I didn't
some. He got training classes in the contract. That's the clause.
no, but honestly, something related, and that I didn't kind of mention briefly, but I did um talk offhand that I do want to talk about real quick, and it's like the main reason why I think we're so behind, especially in European countries, not just in soccer and like a lot of sports, is they have literally academies and everything dedicated to just the kids playing that sport growing up. Like, yeah, you'll still get your education to a degree, but it's like for us here, you got to do your 12 years. You got to go, K through 12, mandatory for you to be even like considered, to be looked at to try to get professionally in the States, and it's like, um, whereas we got it, kids got to deal with not only training, they got to go with school, they got to deal with, just so much more that I feel like a lot of those European kids don't got to deal with. So I feel like taking the one, not implementing the one and done rule in this last CBA was kind of a bummer for that reason. So I feel like you just got to let the kids play. But I feel like more kids are gonna go to the G League now instead of going to college still. Or maybe not. Maybe go, still try the overseas route. But I don't know. I think we got to catch up on that aspect. The rest of the world. What you
Yeah,
think about that?
definitely. I agree with that too. Like, I was recently in Puerto Rico. You're Puerto Rican too, so it's like, and I was in
BSN.
small city. I was in freaking small city Gurabo, bro. But that small city, guess what it has in it? It has a freaking baseball academy. You know what I'm saying? Them kids is over there throwing, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the ball in fields, bro. Because, they don't really even have a whole field, but they got the academy going on. But the field is being built, like, and you're right, though. It needs to be more dedicated around, like, the sports and the love for it. But the thing is you already know they want them to pay for that education.
Hmm.
So,
And you mentioned PR. I need to go because I don't know if you've seen the BSN, the BSN, the basketball super national,
of
the
course, I
Puerto
go to a
Rican
game
league,
every
bro.
time. I go to one
All
game every
those
time.
all the NBA players out there now is dope, bro.
So when I
You
went to
mentioned,
go, I
yep,
got to see who was it? It was Norris Cole was playing,
yep,
so I
dope.
got to see Norris Cole for a little bit, and then
Oh,
also
that's your guy, Heat fans, Norris Cole.
yes, yes.
He was,
So
he was supposed to be the best point guard in that draft.
I remember that. Or what about Shabazz?
Shabazz Napier,
Shabazz
who,
Napier
who LeBron said, yeah, draft him, and then he said, I'm out.
tweeted Shabazz Napier looks good, and then left. Yo. So, but yeah, I got to see Norris Cole, and I got to see Jordan Crawford, and I've also seen Kenneth Fareed. So that
And
was
it's
pretty
yep,
cool.
DeMarcus Cousins out there now.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, no, he's bro. He
And he
was
went to
named
the
an
Mets, and that's good
yep,
because they're not a good team, and they're gonna be good
yeah,
now.
he was named an All Star, and he didn't play a game, or he played like 2 games.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely gonna
I
put him
was
on the
like,
All Star.
yo, that's crazy. But
Come
that was great.
on,
I saw the All Star weekend, and it was similar to ours. 3-point contest,
yeah. But trust me,
dunk contest, all that.
that
But
that arena is gonna sell out with or without Demarcus Cousins.
oh yeah, no,
That's
it's
one
been
thing I love about Puerto Rico. You go, and it don't matter what the city is popping out for their team, bruh. You
yeah.
know
I
what
gotta
I'm saying?
I gotta go. I gotta get some Fajardo Cariduro gear. That's
Yeah, you
that's where
do.
it's
You
where the
do.
fam's from. I got to rep. And honestly, I got to go to a game, but I'm gonna make that a goal soon because that just looks dope. And to
Yeah,
anybody out there potentially hearing this that has some affiliation with the league, let's get to work and let me have you on here and you can bless the people with what that league is all about because more people need to know for sure.
yeah. High
And
energy. That's. It's
oh,
like, and then the thing is, the NBA players go over there and they're not running the ship.
hmm
They're not running ship. It's the Puerto Ricans out there telling them
oh
what
yeah,
to do. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, the other one was Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans was there. I'm not gonna lie, it was great to see Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans was bumming it up, getting, you know what I'm saying? Like the Puerto Ricans, they don't play, bro. They they enjoy the. I think they enjoy the competition coming out there, and I think they, because they get more eyes on them, and they just, they want to show that they can match up with that NBA talent.
yeah, no, for sure. And honestly, they've done a great job. I'd be lying to say like I've been able to see a couple games like on YouTube. They post all the games on YouTube live, so um, I've been able to catch some games, and I'm not gonna lie, like it's fun.
Yeah.
Definitely want to check it out live.
Yep. You know what I'm
And then
saying?
you mentioned baseball. We got nothing today, but we're gonna be covering, especially once basketball ends. We're gonna be covering baseball a lot this summer.
Wait, hold on.
So what up?
Judge
What
is
you
out. Judge is out for 10 days.
judges out 10 days, especially for you New Yorkers. For those who didn't make it clear, Mr. New Yorker over here right now, native New Yorker, so from the Bronx, um, but so definitely Yankees. I'm going to try to. I want to try to go out there to a game this season. I've been saying it for the last 2 years. I've been mentioning I want to go see a Mets or a Yankees game. I'll let you know and we make that happen. But
Yeah,
this this
bro.
this this baseball season, honestly, after going to the World Baseball Classic, which I got a chance to go to, um, I was I'm excited for like playoffs now because regular season's kind of it's boring to me at
Yeah, of course,
this
of course.
point. But just being in the atmosphere gave me a new love for baseball that I haven't had since I quit. You know, so to play basketball. So
Yeah.
uh, I'm happy for hopefully the direction baseball can take. In the future to come. All right, so to kind of wrap it up for today, just some kind of brief NFL news that happened yesterday as well. Josh Allen was announced as the Madden cover athlete, Madden 24. What you think? Anybody else, or you
Uh,
think he was a good choice? Is the Madden curse real? You think he's gonna fall off?
nah, I think he'll be good. He'll be good. You know what I'm saying? He'll be good. He's a very talented guy. I'm not against him getting the cover. You know what I'm saying? Was there a couple others that I was thinking of? Maybe,
Who you
but
got?
you know what I'm saying? But nah, he'll be good. He'll be good. He's gonna be just fine. I don't know about no curse though. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think,
I, I
I
can't.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not one for one. Not everyone who's been on the cover has
yeah.
had a down season after that. But for a while, that curse was legit. That
It
that
was. It
was
was.
every year. I think we got a little worried about it.
Yeah, but only
And,
because I feel like he's just starting out, so I don't think. But but we gonna see. We're gonna see.
I mean, that's the thing. He got Mahomes, so going against him in that conference. So that's where it's hard. It's like, all right, you got to get through Mahomes, and right now Mahomes is number one. So
Yeah.
you know, we'll see.
Yeah,
And
but to be honest, I thought it was gonna be Mahomes again, so I'm just surprised about
yeah,
that.
no, I don't know. I mean, who would have been mad if it wasn't? They just won the Super Bowl, so could have put Kelsey, but they
Yeah,
never
I was gonna say you could put Mahomes and Kelsey.
or
Like,
or Kels. They say it now. It's the real way to say it. Um, and then I think the biggest news that happened yesterday in regards to the NFL was Dalvin Cook getting released by the Vikings. Uh, Funny enough, after that, uh, again, I hate tying everything to Miami. Really do. But Dalvin posted a IG story of Vikings uniform, but I'm assuming it was the last Vikings game in Miami, and very cryptic. It's reported that the Dolphins and The Broncos are the favorites right now for his services. Both honestly really good landing spots.
Yeah.
But besides those two, you got any teams that might be a good spot?
For Cook, nah, man. To be honest, I thought he was gonna be a Viking lifer for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just really didn't see that. Nah. But if I would to think, I would say maybe the Browns or the Giants.
You
That's
you
it.
mentioned you mentioned the Giants with Saquon there. It's like no, I mean yeah, they could have a nice two-headed attack, which might be freaking crazy.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
at the end of the day, I think like you mentioned another New York, Jets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That
Oh,
they,
I was just looking at the TV today too, like about
I'm like
Aaron
Rod,
Rodgers was in training camp
Rogers
today.
over there.
Yeah.
You talk about New York team, that or New Jersey teams, for those are us being for real. I think Jets will be a great fit, if not Miami, but I think
Yeah,
the
I might
Miami
have to catch a Jets game this year.
no, no cap. That might Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Uh, but honestly, I think to that point, I think he ends up in Miami just because of his ties in Florida and all that, Florida State and all that. So, but we'll see where he ends up. All right, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Again, I want to thank you, my dog LXD. Thank you for coming on today. I'm gonna wrap up today's episode by playing his latest single. This is a Crazy Part 2. It's gonna be out on all the platforms, so don't hesitate to Spotify, Apple Music, etc., all the above. If you like what you hear, give them a follow, give it a listen, and you know, hope to have him back on here soon. Thank you again, my boy.
I'll be back, bro. You already know.
Uh, oh, whoa, the way I'm going up, and you know this shit is crazy. Every day a movie, and every night amazing. I just thank God for the shit that He gave me, and I love the music. Yeah, that shit saved me. The way I'm going up, and you know this shit is crazy. Every day a movie, and every night amazing. I just thank God for the shit that He gave me, and I love the music. Yeah, that shit saved me. No more on the block. I've been making moves and calling shots so they in shock. Every time we make a track, everybody beat him from my spot. Yeah, from my spot, yeah, cause I'm top. Everything I try to do, yeah, it never flops. I've been running out of time, nothing on the clock. Cause I'm putting overtime, working on my shot, yeah. Oh, whoa, had to turn it up, gotta do what's right. I'ma blow up for the end of my life. She gon' get it night if the feeling's right. I don't fall for anyone if I don't like them, I decline. Yeah, we finna slide in a Audi truck.
Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Just so happy to be back. And we're gonna keep going strong. We're gonna be pushing out weekly content now. Again, shout out LXD. This has been a great episode, great time back, and looking forward to more with you guys. Stay tuned.
Every day a movie and every night amazing. I just thank God for the shit that He gave me, and I love the music. Yeah, this shit saved me. I gotta thank God for everything that He did. Mama pray for me every time I leave the crib. I pray I see a billion of my brothers make it big. I can't change the past, so it is what it is. I'm just going up now. I'm not looking back. 120 in my mind, I'm in a UFO. I got drugs that take me places.
Shout out Manny Wave too.
Double cup in my hand, I keep it mixed up. Shorty feeling my back cause I'm next up. Had to get me some Jacobs, had to flex up. I know haters, they be mad that my checks up. The way I'm going up, yeah, you know this shit is crazy. Every day a movie and every night amazing. I just thank God